I did that mainly because when I was driving her home, like she was like she kept like laying in the cage and like pushing at the door and just going meh, meh, meh. And I'm just like, she's so dramatic.
You should have named her Tony Soprano. That sounded like when you would the sounds he would make when you would be eating cold cuts at the countertop.
Gabagool.
Okay, so we are live on YouTube. This is the Gross Domesticated Podcast live.
Yay.
It is January. Hold on, let me make sure it's going. What the hell's happening here? You guys can talk a little bit if you want.
Okay, well, happy 2-year insurrection day.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Can you believe those 2 years? So when we were at Punchline, you were out of the green room and I was in there with the other comics, and we were talking about that. And I was like, wait, that was 2 years ago. I was thinking this was like the 1-year anniversary.
Oh yeah. It does kind of,
it's crazy.
It does kind of feel like yesterday. And we are streaming on YouTube at Baby Mermaid Productions. You can follow the show. You can help contribute. You can send in questions, comments, anything you want at Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram and YouTube. You can also see me on shows like Drag the Lake with Andy Malafrina, where we talk music and shit. And we also, I do a show called Proper Ebonics. That's a little good one. They just did their good one. That's a little ditty that I like to call something for the culture. You know what I mean? I invented.
That's your hood pass.
Yeah. It makes me feel good. It's basically Alan. It's actually literally Alan Massenberg and Kirk Griffiths, and those two gentlemen share their insightful thoughts and in hilarious ways. So make sure to check out that show. Follow them. Follow me. Call the show anytime, 717-559-2971. My wonderful wife Dominique is here.
Hello.
She often doesn't have plugs. You want to plug anything?
No.
Awesome. And our guest today is the wonderful and illustrious gentleman, newly minted as a laid off gentleman and he's ready to insurrect your office if you'll let him. John Montague. How you doing, John?
I'm doing great. I'll take that intro every day.
Tell them where else they can find you, because I know that you're not only a handsome idiot, but you're also a gentleman that does stand-up comedy in multiple places. I'm assuming more than 3?
Upwards of 4 coming up.
Get the fuck out of here. You got the 4?
I actually have a fun, in 2 weeks, I have a Friday, Saturday gig. And then the following week, I also have a Friday, Saturday gig. I haven't had that in a long time.
Oh, nice.
Like it feels pretty cool.
Yeah.
John, I don't know if you
not like a 2-nighter gig.
I think, like not in the same place.
No, just have a bunch of shows. I'm excited.
That's good. Awesome. That's still good. That's still a win. Hold on, I'm pulling up your screen. I'm trying to get everything organized here. But yeah, tell them where else they can find you, follow you online, and also and your strengths and weaknesses.
My biggest weakness is I have no strength. I stole that from somebody. That's a hack line. No, Montag Comedy on Instagram for all the stand-up and silly giggles. And then Hacks Comedy Golf is still out there. I still plug it all the time. Done with the one and only Patrick George, Mr. Baby Mermaid himself.
Yeah, that's me.
Which people have been asking for it to come back. So, Pat, I think you might need to start hitting that turnpike again as soon as the sun comes out. We got to get some filming.
Dude, we don't even have to wait for it. Thank God for global warming. We could shoot right now.
I think I might actually shit right now. I have nothing to do. Maybe I'll go golf today.
Dude, you want to get high and well, hold on. Well, I'll check that one.
On the hog, yeah.
Yeah. After the fact, you want to play golf high? Like maybe that's the thing we add to it. That's another level that's out there, because now that you're a freelance gentleman, we get sponsorship through any kind of dispensary. Win-win. Then Pat's not making a trip on the turnpike just to hang out with his friend John and make honestly though, that is one of my favorite projects. Actually, I think that is actually my favorite project that I've done.
Yeah.
It was definitely like we keep forgetting that we were doing something. It was just like hanging out fun.
Yeah.
There's so many times where you'd be filming on the course and I'd be like, Pat, why aren't you saying anything, man? We're having a good time.
Well, yeah, they'd make a joke and they'd look at me and I go,
Yeah.
And I'm just
Because
like, I think it's really funny, but I
used-
don't want to fucking go.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
we're usually used to Patty Good Times, always, with a good quip. And I would look to you, and finally, I think I caught stride, and I learned. I was like, all right, this is how it works. Like,
Yeah.
Pat's behind the camera; he can't giggle at things that he thinks are funny.
Right. But
But it does suck because then, like halfway through, I'd be like, "Am I not being funny? Am I not making Pat laugh?"
now we figure out why the show ended, because John was just like, I can't take this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm fucking done. No, I think there's every once in a while, because of shows, like because of like I like truly in the sense of like a collaborative effort. The only thing I think would close to rival that would be Buddha Boys. And that's a thing where, because like literally you were like, I don't know about a lot about shooting and editing. And I'm like, I got that. And you're like, but I know a lot about golf, and a lot about comedy, and a lot about the scene in Philadelphia, which was
Right.
at the time still like really expanding to
Yeah.
the point that where it is now.
Well, that was coming right out of the pandemic too.
Yeah.
So it was.
Well,
And
what's
also,
funny is
like,
I still have this hanging on my wall, Hacks Season 2, confirmed guests and potential guests. And I'm looking at it right now, and it's hilarious now to think of some of the people that I thought we could get on this
yeah.
2 years ago. Like Shane Gillis is the third name on potential.
You can do
But
it.
I mean, that
She got
was
stars.
that was
If
back
he's
like
in town and he's like free and wants to wake up at that time.
that was still back when it was. I think he was still he had just left Philly and was like just going up. And I was like, well, we're gonna have the dad meet guys on. Like it's a possibility, but it's hilarious to see that now. But like we just had Jeff Colella on Handsome Idiots last night. Brandon Donegan has been on my new podcast. So this list kind of turned into my new like podcast request list, but it's still up there. I haven't taken it down.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm ready to get season 2 underway.
I remember the last show that we were like kind of booking, and then it just kind of fell apart, I think, or just stopped or whatever. But it was the Are You Garbage guys. Who were just on like the Bert Kreischer fucking podcast and are killing it and are fucking incredible. They have like a card game.
I have the card game.
John Montague has a fucking eye for this shit. John, I know what your next job is. It's host of Hacks Comedy Golf.
Oh no, I lost you.
Season 3. What?
I lost you.
I know, but I was gonna keep saying it because my side's still clear. So
no, accommodate me.
Oh, but no,
I'm back.
Okay, good. I think your next job is host of Hacks Comedy Golf Season 3.
I think it's technically season 2.
2.
Yeah.
Right, because that's really
look at this production. How are we not going to make it to the top?
Wait, what'd you say?
Yeah. What was your name again?
But yeah, I think that would be. I'm totally down, and if you want to start booking it, I'll put it into my schedule of. Basically, that's a thing where I would need my Mondays back. I've been working a lot of Mondays, and it kind of threw me. Like Monday was always my catch up day.
Yeah.
Like Sunday was kind of like my like.
Sorry, I don't know. I just pictured catch up day. I just pictured you sitting at a table with all of the types of food that could warrant ketchup, and you just got 2 bottles, and you're just in heaven. Just fucking.
No, it's more of my like. Sunday is Pat's day of rest usually, so I like to have that be. But that's how I love Hacks, because we shot oftentimes on Sundays.
Yeah.
So like
Sundays do rule for getting fun stuff done like that, though.
Yeah.
I understand the day of rest. Now, I mean, every day is a day of rest for me. It's incredible. Day 1 of being laid off. I got laid off yesterday, and I think today is. I'm actually on my company's computer too. I was like, well, fuck it. Now they can't fire me. Like.
Yeah.
But
maybe that's why we lost you earlier.
That's true. Yeah, they're trying to hack in. Yeah. But I think it's hilarious that they did it on January 6th.
Yeah.
They're just like,
yep.
My last day of work is today.
That's crazy.
I can't have this haircut and this face and also look like I'm like pumped for January 6th.
I feel
fully aware of that.
I feel like the shirt's a part of it too. What's that logo on your?
That's the problem too. I put this shirt on because I love it. I made this shirt myself, and it's hilarious now. I had a genius idea of trying to make like like tough guy, like badass, like it's always like pride and power.
Yeah.
Gets you through the day. This one says frugal and timid. I don't really understand my 401k. And then it has just a cool like old school eagle on it.
Yeah.
That's
Which
awesome.
I might bring these back, but
Yeah, why
it's
don't you sell
hilarious
that?
now because I've had to try to figure out my 401k in the last day and a half.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I don't know how it works.
So
don't either.
again, like, is it like I think I've been fired. I've been fired once. Fired? Yeah, I think I've been fired. No, twice. Yeah, it's been a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe more than that. But we don't have to get into the particulars. But laid off, you said, I think was better that you felt was better than fired.
Yeah.
Why-
Because it's not your performance. It's like the company's making cuts. It's out of your control.
Right.
But,
Well,
I mean-
so I've unpacked it a little more since I texted you
Oh,
that.
here we
Which it is.
Turns
it's
out there's
definitely
no
better.
fucking difference.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. Laid off, they're usually going to give you something as a like, hey, we're sorry.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Get a pen.
fired is just, and also fired, you can't collect unemployment sometimes. Laid off, you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Those are the two big differences. But I just think one, fired, I've been talking about and trying to write about it. Fired is the perfect word for what that action is. Like there's no other word that would fit in there as good as you're fucking fired. Like they're like, dude, I got flamed today. You're like, no, that's not as good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fired just hits perfect because
Yeah.
it's fun
Let
to say
go.
angry.
Let go doesn't sound
Yeah.
as
Where does that come from? That's
What?
true. Like fired. You're fired.
could give it a goog.
Yeah.
The origin.
I think and honestly, is there a way that people can find out because people use that term and they don't know that, like, I think I probably shared this with you before, but the term nitty gritty I found out was like really bad. And it's like,
Oh yeah.
to like slaves, and it's like people like now when I hear it, it's so crazy that since I know that it's different. I wonder
Right.
if like most people that like know the term fire, like what it actually means, if there is a meaning. If
Yeah.
it's like, because like what if it used to be like, oh no, that's when they used to, like, when people weren't performing well, they threw them in fire.
Yeah, they would set you ablaze.
Yeah, and like, oh well, like that.
Hey, we couldn't help but notice your quarterly numbers have been down for the last 3 quarters, and here just light it up. Like,
Well, of course,
Yeah.
the first thing that pops up is Trump.
Oh,
Um,
you're fine.
he didn't. No, actually, no history has existed before Donald Trump. So
Before Donald Trump. Yep.
But
Yeah.
A lot of history has occurred since Donald Trump.
it was
yeah,
perfect.
almost too much history.
Too much.
It was perfect because it was like it's the like that wouldn't you let go. You know what I mean? It doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah,
we're gonna have to ask you to leave. You know what I mean?
You
Like
laid
none
off
of those words.
doesn't-
You're fired.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely
Yeah.
comes before Trump.
What?
Yeah. Another explanation is that people adapted the phrase fired out to mean someone was expelled from a place, just as a bullet was expelled from a gun. Some historians say this shortened to fire to specifically mean someone was expelled from employment.
Huh?
Like
So it's in reference to shooting a gun.
John
So
Montague
that's fun.
shot out of a cannon.
Yeah. Now I wish I was fired. That
Yeah,
sounds
what?
so much cooler.
Yeah.
What happened yesterday? I don't know. I was loaded into a piece of steel and fired into the air.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
Damn, I'm realizing how much of a patriot this logo looks like on my shirt now.
Telling you. But
It's
it's
a problem.
There is a theme today.
Shit. Damn
Yeah.
it. No.
I think you should probably go back to that old background. Maybe that'll help. Because
that's
you have
actually a
acoustic
medal.
guitars behind you too.
That's actually a medal I received for my participation in January 6th.
You got it from the Buffalo guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so yeah, that's crazy. So this is a 2-year anniversary.
Yep.
No homo. We didn't actually mean to do this on purpose. Sorry.
No, it's
to
just
America.
hilarious.
But
Yeah.
it is a it's no, I know that normally you're in a march.
Yeah.
So,
I have so much free time to march now.
Yeah. So I guess what was is it a thing like 9/11 where you have to go like, where were you when you found out, or like how do you feel, or is it because I don't, when I found that
No.
out, I remember literally because it doesn't feel as historic as it is.
Yeah,
You know what
it
I'm
is
saying?
super
Like
historic.
there's not
but-
a lot of historic events that I can remember and be like, yeah, I remember seeing that and going, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, but you got to also think like 2 years after the Civil War, they weren't like, yo, let's all get together and just remember what happened 2 years ago.
You don't think so? No,
like,
they're
you
still
need
cleaning out
time.
bodies.
There's now 9/11 Toyota sales. Like, it's been long enough that now they'll have that, but it's like, yeah, you need a buffer time for people to be like, oh, that was fucking insane.
Yeah.
Also, like, that could just have been like a blip on the shit that's going to happen leading up to this next election. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to be like, man, remember when just January 6th was the craziest thing? Like, like that's, and I fucking hate politics so much. The longer my hair gets, the more I look like a politician. It's a problem.
Yeah, maybe you could be an anchor for CNN or Fox. Honestly, you could really
both. What if I did both? I parted my hair one way for Fox, and then I was like, CNN
flip flopper.
Yeah, literally.
That's the show. Like, that's what it's called, flip flop.
Yeah, you're flip flop with John Montag.
Yep.
That's actually pretty good. I just continually argue both sides.
Yep. Yeah.
Only thing that changes is my tie color.
Yeah. So Fox is in the morning. Like, that's that show. And then
Catch the early bird geezers.
Yep. And then
all those
CNN
fucking lazy liberals that sleep in.
Yep.
Catch them at like the 1 o'clock hour.
But then even then, like, you're gonna like neg them and stuff like, hey, you fucking cucks, what's going on? I'm seeing if we got any. Oh yeah, see, it's still pretty early, I think, for most people. I just posted about the questions. I didn't get any questions from Instagram yet.
Everybody's still probably at their town's parade to celebrate.
Yeah, exactly, to commemorate. But they're still, they're about to set off fireworks, probably, I think, at 11. So, but if you were to drown in any liquid other than water, what would you prefer it to be?
Ooh, that's a good one.
You can both work on this.
It's because it's inevitable. You're gonna die.
Yeah.
So you might as well enjoy. Mine might have to be Yoo-hoo. I love Yoo-hoo so much. I got like nostalgic connection to Yoo-hoo in my head. Like, so it'd be a good, like, on the way. Like, I used to drink Yoo-hoo with my dad after baseball games, after Little League games. Like, we would just be outside of a Wawa and we'd both chug them. Oh fuck,
that's awesome.
I'm drowning in Yoo-hoo, dude. Fucking bury me in Yoo-hoo. I'll see you later.
Dude, honestly, now I'm thinking, not only am I an advocate for assisted suicide, but I'm an advocate in interesting ways for people
Yoo-hoo-cide.
To suicide oneself. If you were to have like a dunk tank of Yoo-hoo and then they just slam a lid down on top, you're going.
But if it's a dunk tank, that also means your friends get to be the ones that throw the balls to knock you in.
Yeah.
Oh, and your friends are crying. They're crying, but they're like,
"We love you, pussy."
But they're also like, "I'm gonna really fucking wing this one."
There's that one friend that's like actually like trying to like warm up their hand and shit.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm the asshole that always has a glove on standby. So
I knew it.
I got one right here with a ball. I'm ready to go.
Do you play
Pat, let's drown you.
You wouldn't be
the rest of this interview like this. This looks even more patriotic. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You're screwed.
Yeah, there's no way.
I can't escape having waspy Republican face. It's just it's the life I live.
It almost looks like it's a filter on your camera, like for Zoom or something like that. What about
that? I'm just this waspy.
You want a Yoo-hoo aside, or you thinking hot coffee?
No, definitely nothing hot.
But like a lukewarm. Yeah, temperature's important.
Yeah, the temperature's important. But the first thought that came to mind is like soup.
Okay. Yeah.
Because like, and one of my
last meal plus.
Right. Like, enjoy it. Like, fun. That's enjoyable. You have some good memories before you go out. I want to enjoy, but I don't know what soup.
Oh,
that's the problem.
Minestrone.
You need something where the contents of it float freely pretty well, because you don't want to have to swim to the bottom to get the goods. You know what I mean? Like when you get like a good like chicken noodle where it's an even distribution throughout the bowl. Yeah. If you're swimming down to the bottom, you're just wasting the last
creamier soup, life. A stew even, but that's going to be harder to drown.
Yeah, I was thinking of zuppa Toscana.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
You got a little kale.
That's also a fun last word to yell.
Yeah.
Zuppa Toscana.
Zuppa Toscana.
It sounds like a threat in Italian.
Yep. Yeah. So I think that's where I would go, because that broth is probably my favorite. And I wouldn't even need the veggies. I mean, you need it like for the flavor, but they wouldn't have to be there. I'd be okay with just the broth.
Yeah.
A nice broth. Yeah. Oh, good bone broth on the way out.
Yeah.
I also was thinking in my mind, I don't want anything spicy because I want to be able to open my eyes and like see the end of it. And I don't want the last thing before I die to be like, my eyes are stingy. Like,
Wait, what are you gonna see through Yoo-hoo?
Yoo-hoo, buddy. I don't know. I'm gonna see my future, a light. Yep. Yoo-hoos are a pretty thin beverage. If I could get to the side of the tank, I could see out.
Is Yoo-hoo supposed to be chocolate milk?
No, there's nowhere on there that it says milk. I'm a very big Yoo-hoo aficionado. It says chocolate drink on there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Have you
I think there is milk in it though.
Have you introduced the youngling into Yoo-hoo culture yet?
I think we have. I don't know. We're big. All we drink is coffee and water in our house.
You and the baby.
Yeah, just pretty much me, the baby, and the wife, and the cats. Yeah, the cats just drink water too.
Oh,
but I think she may. I don't think she's had a Yoo-hoo yet. Maybe that's my new adventure this weekend. I'm gonna give her Yoo-hoo.
Go to
Thanks,
Wawa.
Pat. This is the beginning of the end for her.
And both of you are just gonna chug Yoo-hoos in the park.
Yeah, she's only had like we've done like the lemon challenge. They always do, like give it to a baby.
Yeah.
The first time she champed it and wanted another one, but that was like 8 months ago. We did it again the other night at the same restaurant because you're like, oh, this is the last time we were here. And I think her taste buds in that 8 months have developed so much more. As soon as it hit her, she was like, like freaking out. And then we had to go into mode of like, don't put it in your eyes. Because before she immediately was going like this.
Oh no.
So that's interesting to see how taste buds change that quick.
Yeah, that's crazy. So actually now she might actually be able to appreciate the Yoo-hoo that much more. This is a fucking cat.
Yeah, I want her to understand the meaning behind it. Behind her first one.
Yeah, I think
I'm starting to realize how much more Yoo-hoo is a part of my life.
And how I'm actually realizing how until I don't know if I really had it until like I was like older and like I was like buying it for myself.
Buddy, you
like I've had chocolate milk before. Yeah.
No,
not like look, it's not the worst.
Did you have Ovaltine?
Yoo-hoo always comes with love.
I had like that's what I'm saying. It's like I think we had like if you want chocolate milk, just take the Nestle powder and put it in.
Not even the syrup?
I don't think so.
Oh, we had syrup.
Like very rarely.
Ovaltine. Like I don't
it would have to be like with stuff like other stuff. Like we got ice cream we had left over. So we get to make chocolate milk. Like that kind of, that would be I would make it myself. But I don't know the ratio. Like you said, Yoo-hoo, it's done for you, baby.
Yeah, Yoo-hoo's a good shake it, chug it on the road chocolate milk. You don't got to think about it.
As in the box?
Or we always had those. I was a big I was a lunchbox, or for the longest time I was just, my mom would just throw money at us for school lunch because she owned a small business, my dad owned a small business, so it was like, get the fuck out of here, I'm not making lunch. But whenever we did get lunch, it was always a Yoo-hoo, like, and it got to a point where there'd be like 3 of them, because those things are like doing shots basically in high school and middle school. Like they're so tiny. So crush about like 4 of those. Head back out for some wiffle ball in the summer.
Is there like like a Capri Sun was a thing that I would have at other, I guess that was another thing, is I would have it at other people's houses.
Yeah, we would always have those. Like, we were never a soda family, but if we had like a birthday party or something, there was always the leftover. Same with beer later on. Like, we didn't always have a lot of beer in our house, but after like a birthday party and 4th of July party, we'd have like, because my dad would overbuy, and we would just have a garage fridge stocked with whatever you wanted. Yeah. Till like the next party. But no, it was
birthday parties. Parties. Like I'm trying to think of like when, because I had to have it when I was a kid. Because
Yoo-hoo's not like a put it out at a party beverage. No, it's more intimate. You got to really.
No, I mean like birthday parties, like kids' birthday party. Like when I was a kid.
Yeah, I think it's still not a like. I've been. Trust me, I'm in the kid birthday party game now. I know how to plan one. I've done 2.
Kids are running around, so it's not, your instinct isn't like a milky drink. It's like
it's a big stainer too.
Oh yeah.
At a party, I'm thinking about. I'm wearing a white shirt right now. This thing will be, by the time I pick my daughter up later on. It'll be covered in 9 different colors.
So is there any tips as far as like apparel or anything like that to avoid child stains, or is it just basically things like don't have Yoo-hoo, like just avoid stainable things?
Don't care about your clothes.
No.
Bibs are important. Our kid still wears a bib all the time when she eats.
I wear
That's
bibs too.
huge. My pop-up wore a bib until the day he died for every meal.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, man, we used to make fun of him, and now I'm like, God, was just a fucking innovator.
Yep.
He was a very big gentleman, to the point where the night before his gastric bypass surgery, he came to Philly to get it, like, and stayed at my parents' house. I was like probably 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
He ordered so they tell you can't eat after midnight, right? Or whatever, the night before. He ordered a grande meal from Taco Bell. I got home from working my catering hall job, and he was just sitting at the table eating a grande meal by himself. And I was like, oh, is anyone else coming down? He's like, no, I mean, you can grab like one or two if you want. He polished off a grande meal. And then when my mom was like, Dad, you can't eat, he was like, yeah, they said before midnight I can eat. And it's like, yeah, but you can't polish off an entire family meal from Taco Bell.
That's going to take a long time to digest.
Yeah. And then went in, quadruple bypass surgery, survived it.
Wow.
Yeah.
All while bibbed up. He used to get he had like an Italian restaurant, I think in Florida, that he loved, and he loved their tablecloths. So he asked if he could have one. They gave him one. He took it to a seamstress and had her cut it into bibs.
Oh my God. That's incredible.
It gets even more. And he's not even Italian. We're the most Irish, like, he had the roundest face ever. He then was trying to figure out, like, what's the best science to hold this bib on.
Yeah.
And he was thinking about this at the dentist when he watched them clip on with the roach clips.
Yeah.
So at the dentist, he said, and he was like a guy where he could ask anyone, and he would talk them into just giving them whatever. Like, he'd be like, I like your business. And by the time you'd leave, he's like, I'm part owner now. Like, so he talked to the dentist, and he's like, can I just have like 2 or 3? Not 1. He asked for 2 or 3 because he knew he had a high bib need. So he just went home with those roach clip things, and he would travel with it. It was like, and it got to the point where it was like, it wasn't an embarrassing thing. We'd be like, shit, does Pop have his bib? Like,
yeah. I think it's just one of those things. Like, if we were headed to Philly the other night, and we wanted to, usually we're like, well, we'll eat when we'll find somewhere to eat there, usually Wawa. But if we're headed to Philly, I'm usually like going to try to perform somewhere, or I am booked somewhere to perform. So I'm dressed in what I'm going to wear. I don't want to get like, I'm going to get food on me. So I don't want to get it on my shirt or anything like that. I've resorted to patterns, and I've resorted to tie-dye clothes a lot of times. And it's not
flannel is just the camouflage of the 30-year-old man.
That's it. Like, and also, like, just straight up, just like, no, I don't care. I'm already eating Wendy's in my car. What the fuck are you, like, I don't care if you're looking at me weird. I'm gonna put a napkin in my. I just do that, but I like that. I like reusable. Like, not only was your pop-up, right?
Yeah.
Not only was he eco-friendly, but also he had like style and also cracked a bit. Like, I am genuinely, I not only admire him, but I feel like I resemble him in a lot of ways, because I'll do that a lot of times where, like, just taking, that clips like this, like these, where is it? These things? Like, right here, these little file clips. These are like,
that would be perfect for a bib.
I use these everywhere. Yeah, and exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I have the little ones, I get the different sized ones, so I have the itty bitty ones too.
Yeah,
there you go. Throw those little jokers in my pocket. That's gonna be holding the napkin on there, flush.
Oh shit! Pat, is this to be the origin story of us starting a fashionable bib company for adults?
Yes, patriotic too.
Dude, the need is there. I mean,
it's there.
If you market it to like truckers, like truckers probably don't care. They probably are like, I imagine that's the beauty of being a trucker, is you're like, I can get mustard on anything I want. Like, but like I was a traveling sales rep for years. Like, my whole time living in Central PA, I was on the road all day, and I ate in a dress shirt and tie, and would have to just like do the lean over the other car seat, like. Or like put a rain jacket on, zipped all the way up. Like, I think we need to come up with fashion bibs.
Dude, I think if anything, and it would take your design, and we'll put it on there. So, like,
call them pop bibs.
Yeah,
pop bibs.
Pop.
Is this? I mean, it has the makings of a Kickstarter video right here. Like
register
in 2023, I got laid off from my job.
And then I come in
to Shark Tank.
So,
yes. Oh,
one double cheeseburger, please.
time out. And then you have to freeze.
And then like rewind. If you
Now
had.
let's see how
I'd be,
that
like,
would have
looking,
played
like,
with a
off
pop-up
camera.
bib.
Oh, thanks, Pop-Up. Yeah. You know those little file clips that you see in your office all day? I use them for years. I mean, and I didn't even think that my pop-up would inspire my next innovation. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Ladies and gentlemen, you know the thing you all used to hold a roach in college when you were smoking marijuana? Did you ever think this could hold a bib on perfectly?
lady, so how often do you this is a very interesting fact because I let's just genuine pat here. I wanted to put my hand on my heart. I get a lot of food in my facial hair, oftentimes on my chin, and I don't know it, all over my face, my clothes, everything.
Neck, back, pussy, crack.
Yeah. Crotch. A lot of times, like on the leg, like right here, for some reason, like on the inside of my thigh,
all
grease
dropped
stains.
food and liquid for a man immediately lands wherever it looks like you pissed or came.
Yeah. And
I could be doing a back bend, eating a cheeseburger, come up, and somehow my crotch has fucking ketchup and barbecue sauce on it.
Yeah. And I appreciated the fact that when we were at Wendy's, they double wrapped my double cheese, my Dave's double.
Oh, yeah.
And they double wrapped it in paper because I was like, yeah, because they're greasy as shit. I love it.
Yeah.
Don't change. But yeah, like we got to think about my pants here, guys, because people are going to look at it and they're going to go, oh, that guy's funny, but he came earlier. Look at him.
Yeah. All right. So there's our second line from Pop-Up's Bibs.
Laps.
Yep.
Your lap daddies.
Lap bibs, lap daddies. There it is. Oh,
lap daddies.
Yeah.
Pop-Up's bibs and lap daddies.
We got
you got ones with like cool
daddies.
logos on it. You have a Tampa Bay Lightning one.
Yeah. Because you're a father.
It's like
no, it can't be like a onesie.
Yeah,
like
or can it, burp cloth. It's like a burp cloth, the long ones. So it's just all the way down the lap, and it goes to your knees.
Yeah.
Like it just.
Yeah.
Also,
or
Pat,
get the combo. Like the guy who's wearing the pop-up goes, or get the combo, click, and it just rolls.
Yeah, you can like have extenders.
Yeah. I mean, we could go all the way up to just disposable coveralls. That it's like
honestly, that would
just not give a fuck when you eat in the car. Like, is eating in the car looks like the Tasmanian devil fucking came through.
Yep. Yeah, you go through the drive-through, then you park the car, you get out, you put on the like overalls, and then you get in the car and then you eat.
It's a hazmat suit.
Take it off.
Time to cook.
It's a fucking hazmat suit for fat people. I love it.
I think that this is not only the greatest innovation ever, but we should mail this podcast to us. I might
also copyright, TM, trademark, patent pending.
Yeah, Baby Mermaid / John Montague and Hacks Comedy Golf Incorporated.
Pop-Up's Bibs coming whenever my pension runs out.
Coming. Guess what? It won't stain, motherfucker.
Yeah. The other thing we can add to it too is this is the best innovation ever. My daughter has the bib that has the scoop at the end of it.
I love the scoop.
It catches everything. It's so everyone always laughs because like she'll just eat. She's watching TV, whatever, hanging out. And then like later on, she'll just be sitting back and she's like, oh, no way, still another nugget in here. And she has an after meal fucking munchie snack.
Yep.
That is giving meaning to the phrase my mom always used, which was like, oh, you're saving this for later?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. She literally is.
Yes. Yeah. Is that that's like half a Cheeto? Yes.
Yeah.
Get that to me.
I don't want it right now.
Yeah. Please put that back. Thank you.
It is fun doing that now. I did that with a bag of popcorn last night where I was like, I know I'm going to eat the whole thing myself watching this movie.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm only going to pour half in the bowl because maybe I won't get up and go polish off the rest.
So,
if I bring the bag, it's gone.
You did bag of popcorn. Is it like Smart Pop or are you talking about microwavable?
Microwavable. I go always microwavable.
Do you do the hack, right? You know the hack?
Mm-mm.
Game changer. I'm gonna blow your mind right now.
I don't know. I got my timing down perfect on my microwave, so I'm all ears.
Pop it all, baby. Who knows, right? But do you have any kernels left over?
I've gotten so good. There is maybe, I'd say last night there was 6 maybe. And
that's your danger. You're dancing towards
I
double.
live, dude. I don't got a care in the world, man. I'm living life on the edge. You
But
think
you
I don't
want
have
those 6 to
another
go
bag of
away?
popcorn if I burn the first one?
You want those 6 to go away? All you
Sure.
do before you open the bag, turn it over and shake it.
Oh, no, a little.
They come out.
All of them. And that's
They come out. I thought you were gonna say as they pass through like a plinko board,
They
heat
pop
from the
Yeah.
That might
that
happen.
too. Yeah. Hey, win-win.
but that
Popcorn plinko. That sounds fun.
There's no way you had 6. You just missed some, or you're just
You
not.
know what? The bowl might still be downstairs in the sink. I might have to run down.
John-
I got very lazy last night.
So what movie did you watch?
I ended up watching Justin Theroux's Scientology movie, my Scientology movie.
Oh, I didn't know.
Justin Theroux's the fucking man.
Yeah, I love.
Yeah. His right. Am I saying? Wait, I'm saying it right.
I don't-
The documentarian.
Hold on.
Justin Theroux.
Don't add more to the word. It's not helping. Documentary. No, what is that? What was that about? Scientology?
Yeah, he tries to go. Not Justin Theroux. I always get this mixed up.
Oh, okay.
Justin
Okay,
Theroux is the actor,
Yeah,
I was gonna say you're looking it up, right? Because I have
and then there's Justin Trudeau, is Canada guy.
he's that
Yeah,
he's the racist guy, right?
He just did Aladdin face. Come on.
Twice, right? A couple times.
Yeah, he did it a whole lot. He did it way too many
And
times.
like fairly recently.
Too recently.
Yeah, like it was like shocking.
Like that was taken.
oh, Louis
taken
Theroux,
with a digital
motherfucker.
camera for sure.
Louis.
Louis
Theroux.
I don't think I know him.
You would know him to see him. He's done a bunch of documentaries.
Documentaries.
And he's kind of like I think he did stuff for not for Vice, I forget, but he's big on like not pushing the buttons, but he's kind of like a dick that'll just sit back and be like, "Why do you join the KKK?" That just makes them spew it all out. He's just like, "Yes, more."
Yeah.
He tried to get into Scientology, like tried to enter it and was going to do the documentary of like his process throughout it. And then it turned into they were onto him. So now he's just casting the role of all the people from Scientology. So he like has actors come in and play for the role of Tom Cruise and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Okay.
I feel like we watched something like that. That was like it was all recreated or something. But
don't
no,
know,
that was a
recreated.
John Bonet thing. That was weird.
The one we watched was
Jean Benet.
on HBO for the Scientology one, but it was like years ago.
Wait, was that the Leah Remini going clear thing?
Coming clear.
Coming
No.
clear.
Well,
It's a problem, Doc. I've been coming clear.
well, that's the show, right? That's on like.
going.
I think it was a documentary. Hers was a documentary, and then there is a show. I don't know.
Yeah,
What is a show and a
that was
documentary
cool.
anymore? They're all the same thing.
they're all the same. Yeah, docuseries.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scientology is crazy.
Understatement of the century.
Oh, here we go. I'm not far off. Justin Theroux, the actor, is Louis Theroux's cousin
Oh, perfect.
via Paul Theroux.
But look how different they look
I don't know who the other guy is.
from Leftovers.
Which
He
one?
was married to Jennifer Aniston.
Damn, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look
he
how
was.
polar
He was
opposite.
What a letdown.
he's the hot wilderness guy in Wanderlust.
Yeah.
Yep.
Poor
Great
guy.
movie, by the way. I might watch that one tonight.
What's that one about?
Wanderlust. It's Jennifer Aniston and Paul Rudd are on a road trip and they break down and they end up at like a hippie commune and
You
they
watch
like
it.
take them in and it's like they're like, this is everything we need. And then Justin Theroux just starts trying to bang Jennifer Aniston. Great movie.
Yeah,
Make-
that
make-
is a good movie because they lost their job or something, right? Didn't they have like bought a
I
bridge?
think, yeah, he had to
apartment
relocate and, they had nothing.
Yeah.
Damn, am I about to Wanderlust, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, it could happen.
Yeah. You can do it.
You could do it.
I'm growing my hair out, man. I should just go full hippie.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
It's a good time.
I realize this is the time to recreate myself, and I don't know what kind of new guy I should be. What do you guys suggest?
I think you should go ultra mean dickhead, like douchebag, like just really mean, like just lean into it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Everybody already thinks like, oh, look at that. He's probably a fucking douchebag. Just be like, yeah, I fucking am.
Or be the opposite when they like assume that you're going to be a douchebag and you're the nicest person
That's
in the
him.
world.
That's kind of my thing, Don.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
but
what
lean
I'm
into
doing
that, but
currently.
I don't-
How you knew?
Yeah, but where did
lean-
that get me? That got me laid off.
Yeah,
Fucking
look at him.
dummy.
He's a fucking loser. Some
But do you
dickhead sitting
care?
in his.
Do you really care?
Cool dickheads get fired. All right.
Yeah.
Nice guys finish last because they got laid off.
Yeah. There's some asshole that was just like, "What do you want, Randy?" When he called to fire him, he was just like, "What do you want, Randy?" I don't know your boss's name.
No, it was Randy Marsh. I worked at Integrity Farms.
Yeah. He goes, "Hey, what do you want, you fucking piece of shit?" I'm like, "I'm busy here." And they're like, nothing. I gotta go. Like, and that's how they made cuts. That's how they figured out who to cut. Is John was like, "Hey man, how's it going, Randy? How are the kids?"
True. That's how you stay on board. Is you got to be a dickhead.
You gotta cut throats. You gotta take.
Damn, if I answered that Zoom call yesterday and was like, "What's up, you fucking pussies?" They would have been
pussy.
like, "We were gonna lay you off, but turns out you're the president of the company now."
Yeah. Check the cover.
Also, we only sell snowboards and fucking Mountain Dew merch now.
Yeah.
You could sell that easily.
Yeah, dude. Get some pit vipers. Grow your hair out. Get a mullet, John.
Yeah. Speaking of pit vipers, did you see the mummer that saved a guy's life at the Eagles game while in full mummer's gear wearing pit vipers? Turns out he's a fucking ER doctor.
Really?
What?
Do you guys know what mummers are? Let's start there.
No.
Mummers is the New Year's Day parade.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's what I was assuming it was.
Yeah.
When you said the outfit, but I don't know what vipers are.
You don't know what pit vipers are? Hey, dickhead.
Pat, you have to own pit vipers, right? They look like they were made for you.
John, I want you to know something about me. Genuine Pat's back. All right. I may be the only human being because this was not auto finished by Google. Google didn't say, very rarely do I ever type something into Google. Actually, it happens a lot. I'll type something into Google and I'll go,
"Guys, I'm on Google all the time."
But it'll be a thing where, how you say like, "How do you?" And it'll say like, shave a cat or something like that. It'll just like start, it'll auto finish.
Okay. Yeah.
Pit vipers. I may be the only human being in the world that has Googled, is there such thing as prescription pit vipers? Because no, I don't think so.
I mean, for the right price, there is.
But like, I want to get prescription pit vipers so badly, but
I got a pair of them.
I want the official, like, I don't want something that
is
looks
that
like
a
it.
brand? So it's Pit Viper brand.
So I bought a pair of them. I needed goggles for like when I weed whack and stuff out back, the old weed whacking. And I was like, I could get just fucking goggles and be a lame dad on the block, or I could be the raddest dad on my block.
Raddest.
And then I got them and I wore them, and my wife took a picture of me once and like showed me, and I was like, "Oh no." Damn it. Because I have like a bucket hat on, no shirt in my backyard, fucking pit vipers. It's not how you should present yourself in public.
So
I look like I'm trying to be 23 years old.
I don't know if you've seen this. Hold on. Let me see if I can I do this?
Yeah.
Where is it? There it is.
You can do anything through Christ.
Have you seen this, John? This is a little interesting. Dom just showed me this.
This popped up also.
Yes.
Pit vipers.
Look at this.
You think I haven't been to Chinatown in Philly? Yes, I've seen this.
Fuck is this? I've never seen this before.
This at one point was like people's go-to mask during COVID.
What the? Oh.
So people were rocking these during
COVID. Are they
COVID.
Pit vipers though? Like the clear ones?
I don't know if it's a pit viper.
Wouldn't those fog up?
Yeah. Probably. Not with a brand new extreme pit viper anti-fog technology.
Yeah, it's like a spray.
John,
I do want to also state I have pit viper knockoffs that I got on Amazon. They were like $11.50. So I'll buy anything for $11.50.
But look at, this is
the face ones I've seen like with like snowboarding. Like
it's so funny to do your hair really nicely and then put that thing on.
Put that on. Look like a bug.
But yeah,
if I spend all this time on my hair, I don't have any time for makeup. What am I gonna do?
Yep.
Dude, from pop-up bibs. Face shields.
Hey, if we want to get into the apparel game, I'm down for it. Like I'm for sure gonna do that. So what happened with Mummers? I'm gonna look up Mummers.
There was the Mummers parade is always New Year's Day. This year there was an Eagles game in Philadelphia after the parade. So it was just like,
oh wow,
it was basically a formula for the perfect storm of Philly fucking debauchery. So because mummers get up at like 6 a.m. Now there are two different sects of it. I know too much about this thing I hate. There's the mummers that are the people that get up and just march and drink and party and they do their mummer strut. Then there's the mummers that are the actual musicians, like string bands, brass instruments, stuff like that. So this guy was at the Eagles game after the parade, still in his mummer's outfit. and face paint, which the mummers do not have a good history on the color of face paint they've selected. Now, this gentleman went like pink and orange or something, so he's safe. The opposite of blackface, basically. So he's sitting at the Eagles game, and some guy like a couple rows back, all of a sudden they're like, they see this guy slumped over. He was on the end seat, and they said he was hanging into the aisle on his head almost. He was so slumped over. And he was starting to turn purple. He was on the radio this morning. It was a nurse and a doctor that were there. So the nurse runs up and like is checking on him and yells out like, "We need medical professional." The guy stands up. This guy stands up and says, "I'm a doctor."
Oh my God.
This gentleman jumps up, says, "I'm a doctor." And then this, in the most Philly thing ever, everyone's like, "Yeah, probably."
Yeah.
Like, those are real pit vipers, dude. They're expensive. He must be a doctor.
They match his outfit.
Yeah. So he runs up. They said like they lift the guy up, resuscitates him, and then just goes back to watching the game.
Wow.
Yeah, like that picture of him was just him just sitting there, like going like, "Yeah, just saved the guy." Like that, he did his news interview. It looks like on the seat, like, yeah. Okay. Can I just watch?
Anyway, timeout's over. Let's get back to
back to you, Todd. You know what I mean? Like,
it's probably the worst thing. So it's the best thing to ever happen for mummers, but it's the worst thing for the rest of us. Because now for the rest of the existence of this parade, they're gonna be like, "Sure, we did blackface, but remember that guy's life we saved?" And you're like, there was one doctor out of 40,000 of you there. Yeah. Most of you are union roofers. Let's be honest. Like, you're not surgeons.
That's really
also, here's my argument. You're either, if you're that guy, you're the best mummer, but you also might be the worst doctor.
Yeah. Just because you have a license doesn't
Which
mean...
I'll take that. Put that on your fucking resume.
That'd be crazy to see anybody dressed up like so would anybody dressed up like a mummer also storm a Capitol? Like, would that be a thing?
Yeah.
There probably is it's weird because
there's definitely people in the negative too. Like you said,
yeah,
like
you think there would be a big crossover in those two groups. But I'll say this, a lot of the mummers are just dudes that want to go drink and black out. They don't want to drive all the way to DC.
It's too much work,
do like, those are the guys that are just like, "Nah, I'll work that day."
Are they only men or are there women?
No, they let the broads in now too.
Oh, good. But it used to only be men?
It used to only be men. There's like, if you look it up, there's like weird history on it. It dates back to like, it probably dates back to something insane, like satanic or something at some point. Because everything does. You're like, it either dates back to like a pagan ritual or like...
Let's see. Mummer's history. I'm going to read this out loud for comedy. However, the word mummer can be traced back to ancient Greece. It is derived from Mormus. Mormus?
Oh, this is going to be funny.
Momus. The personification of satire and mockery. It's also
mockery.
Don't falsify my corrections, my friend. It's also found in an old English word, mommer, which relates to miming. Oh God. Okay. That's what I was like. They're like clowns. They're kind of
so it's important that you read the next two words, masking and frolicking. Now, if you look up Philadelphia mummer on Google and think of the drunk, like, piece of shit dude that is going to be like, "Yo, dude, you want to go down and frolic down Broad Street?"
I like this.
There's a mummers museum in Philly, man. Like, it's a big deal.
This is my favorite. When I Googled Philadelphia mummers history with the help of autocorrect, it's the first thing that popped up says a history of mumming, how mummers got here.
Yeah.
That's definitely written by somebody from Philadelphia.
That shows you that
how they got here.
That book was co-written by an author and a guy who's out of work because he fell off of a ladder. Like,
how the mummers got here.
I would love to see a Louis Theroux documentary on the mummers. He would get into the fucking underbelly of it.
I'd like to see a Justin Theroux documentary about mummers.
I'd like to see Justin Trudeau, all of them. You know what? Get him in there. Justin Trudeau would be a great mummer. They love painting their face.
Yeah.
That guy loves painting. He would probably take it back to the old Philly mummers that were frolicking in blackface.
Yes,
Wait,
he does
was
look
it-
like he would frolic.
Blackface.
Damn, I haven't frolicked in forever. Pat, when the last time you frolicked?
I don't know. I'm not even exactly sure what it is.
It's like
I imagine
skiing,
frolicking. Your arms have to be out away from you. Like you can't frolic tight.
I think
frolic
what I
is
would
full
do,
freedom. I think.
right? Mhm.
like she just said, this one over here, my wife. She said that frolicking is more like skipping, and I
Mhm.
think that's
I think a skip is incorporated.
I think the last time I tried to skank would be the last time I frolicked, because that's the only thing I could do. When I tried to skank, I would end up just skipping.
Mhm.
No, skanking is just extreme frolicking.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So yeah, probably that. Like
It's like the parkour of frolicking.
I just told I was just telling this to Andy on a recent episode of Drag the Lake about my last knowing when I was too old to go to into pits anymore, and I just kind of became the guy that just kind of lurked on the outside. And it was when I saw Gallows at the Warp Tour, the last Warp Tour I went to with you,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, they started playing fuck, what was it? It was a Black Flag song.
That was the name of the song. Fuck, was it?
Yeah.
No, I think it was.
All right, guys, this is
Nervous
off our
Breakdown.
third album. Fuck, what was it?
No,
Fucking open up the band.
it was one of my favorite songs, one that I relate to, "Nervous Breakdown" by Black Flag. They were doing a cover, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I just kind of I got pumped. I'm gonna go into the pit, and I got in, and I fucking like somebody was running against the grain in the circle pit, and they just like hit me right in the chest.
Oh,
I lived, but
solar plex hit.
yeah, I was like,
I
I
remember
knocked
you
the
were
wind out of me.
you were down for a couple
Yeah,
hours.
I was just like, God damn,
Yeah.
like that knocked.
I know a
the
guy
shit
that
out
had
of
to
me.
get airlifted because of a mosh pit related
Mosh pit.
incident. Yeah, all right. So I'm up in Wisconsin. I'm at Wisconsin's finest hardcore show called the Cheeseheads.
Yeah,
No, a girl that I dated in high school, or like freshman year of college, her brother was at a hardcore show down like Jersey Shore area, and he got caught with a roundhouse kick to the back of the head, fell down and hit his head again. So he had to get airlifted from the shore area back up here to Cooper, which is in Camden, because that's like the big trauma center. And he was completely unconscious for the whole thing. So when he would tell the story, he's like, so we had to pay thousands of dollars because of that. And they said that all that happened when he woke up was like, you're telling me the first time I ever got to ride in a fucking helicopter, I was unconscious the entire time.
I didn't even get to to the
Yeah.
chopper. I didn't even get to fucking say.
Yeah, which was
Get to the
also the
chopper.
name of one of the hardcore bands there.
Yeah.
There had to have been a band in Jersey named Get to the Choppa.
Yeah.
There's
not,
for
I'm
sure-
Well, I
starting
remember
one.
that being like clips and songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I
Austrian.
missed that.
Remember
The
Austrian
breakdown,
Mm-hmm.
pause right before a breakdown, and then one
Let's
line from a
fucking
song.
go.
I'm trying to think. We had that. The band I was in high school, Let It Rip. Oh no. Oh, this is so douchey. I'm remembering it all.
I
All
can't.
right. You have to understand. This was in 2003.
Okay.
Boondock Saints had just come out, and it was sweeping the nation for
Yeah.
teen white boys of Irish descent.
Uh-huh.
In that, there is the whole prayer, and I still have it memorized because I was that much of a fucking Boondock Saint nerd. And shepherds we shall be for thee, my Lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth in thy hand, and swiftly carry out thy command. In teeming its souls shall it ever be. In nomine Patre et Filii Spiritu Sancti. Dan, dan, dan,
And then a gun. No, wait, a gun click, like maybe a shell.
Yes, we hit the gun click. Yes. And then it went
That's all
into
like-
one of our songs.
And it
I'm
was
getting chills. I forgot how that song even went until right now.
That's
John's
I'm
gonna
dead
start his band back
serious.
up.
I saw one of the guys 2 weeks ago, and whenever we see each other, we're like, fucking let it rip. It was too good of a name to not be a big band.
It is. Yeah.
You know,
that is a good name.
There's moments in time that are not only historic, but like also like they're like turning points in history. I got a question based on this a little bit later. I'm going to ask you, but this I feel like is a negative trending one, maybe in your wife's brain, because this is a poorly timed podcast. You are you're too raw for all of this very creative talk.
I'm starting bands.
And
I'm starting
I am
companies.
too supportive. I'm just going, John, you need to start your band back up.
Thank
John,
God.
you got a garage, don't
Yeah,
you?
Trish is gonna be like, oh my.
She's gonna be like,
God.
you're gonna come out and you're like, I got a list of shit I want to do. First
Thank
of all,
God I
can we go
have
to the store?
never-
Let's get some Yoo-hoo. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. First off, we need to put some of this this severance pay and an investment into Yoo-hoo.
Has our child even had Yoo-hoo yet?
Yeah.
Let's get her in the car. and we're watching Boondock Saints tonight.
Also, I got some posters out of storage, and they're just up in the living room.
Yeah,
You're
you're gonna start hanging up posters.
Dude, if you think I will,
You're not old enough to have a midlife crisis, John. You are not old enough.
I will decorate this exactly like my 18-year-old bedroom.
Already on the way. Look at the acoustic.
Dude, I'm so close. That one guitar was already there. I need a Boondock Saints poster. I need for some reason, a Rat Pack poster. I thought that was
me,
cool.
John.
Were there
remember
any
posters
that you had on your walls?
What?
Were there any ladies that you had on your walls?
No, I was never a wall lady guy, but my roommate in college had a sexy poster of Fergie that I was all about.
Yeah. What about you, husband? Did you have any?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot.
Or they tucked away in a.
No, yeah, the ladies were where they needed to be. They were tucked at the bottom of where my sports collecting cards were.
Uh-huh.
There was like 3 Playboys tucked under there because I knew like my parents weren't going to rifle through my Topps 1997 baseball collection.
Yeah,
smart thinking. Yeah, I think that's like that's the same practicality I felt like I used. Like it's kind of like, but if I had any, I remember I really admired the ladies at the Spencer's Gifts in the mall when they had the posters in the back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I would just look at those and just be like, damn, like there's almost nipple here.
Yeah,
like,
that was 40% of the reason you went to the mall. You were like, all right, I gotta cop at any ends. Yeah, I gotta go check out what's happening where the bad kids hang out by the fountain. And then I gotta go by Hot Topic and just rifle through the fucking. I gotta load up my brain with just girls on Harleys.
But every once in a while, like when Nick and Cricket got old enough, like they started buying those posters and shit like that. So they had a couple. I don't know the ladies' names. I think there was like even a Pamela Anderson. Like they're pretty happy.
I think that was the lady poster on the wall was right older than us because we're right around the same age, right, Pat? I'm 36. What are you?
Yeah, 36. Yeah.
Okay, so I think like dudes that are now 40 were probably the last generation of girl on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like dads. I mean, dads loved it. Like I had a friend that we would go to his house because the garage was just like posters from the 70s of like barely clad. They weren't nude. I'll give him that. I remember he had a mug that was a boob.
Yeah,
so it was like.
Is that what you drink out of?
That's cute.
No, this was it should have been drank out, but it was on a shelf like a trophy. Yeah, in his house.
Yeah,
that was a fridge full of High Lifes. That's where we would go steal High Lifes because you can never. They all blend together. All that amber gold coming out of there.
Yeah, but you open it up and close.
Yes, it's like, dude, that's one of the things in what is it? The movie where they go on the beer run. This is bad that I'm forgetting it.
Yeah,
Jonah Hill.
Superbad?
Yeah,
no,
Superbad. Jesus Christ, Superbad nailed it when he opens the fridge and it's because those are even a knockoff High Life in the movie.
Yeah.
I think that is like that. I don't know if that's like a generation thing because I remember like when I started watching a lot more wrestling and stuff. When I would get like, I think it would transfer over to those ladies. So like those, my lady, those would have been my ladies on the wall. So like
China, like that was your favorite, right?
No, I did like her.
Don't knock it. Joni Laura had a weird thing about it.
She had a nice ass.
Every dude was quiet to admit it, but now we'll say it. I think that like when you were in 8th grade, you were just like, I don't know what it is, but I love China.
Yeah, it was just like it was just kind of one of those things where like even though she was very masculine looking, like it was kind of a thing where like they say she's a lady. Like I believe them.
Yeah, not
like,
only do they do such a good job of
because,
making her tough, they sexualize the fuck out of her.
Yeah, it was kind of it's very admirable. She was the first She-Hulk in my opinion.
She was in one of those Playboys that I had stashed away. Was one of hers.
Yeah, and guess who was the bookmark? It was like Sable. I don't, not so much the other lady. I can't remember who was the big one. The other one.
Well, it was weird because there was the babes category. So there was like the unattainable babes, but then there was also like, I was in love with Winnie Cooper and Topanga. That was like, in my mind, it's like you had your like, I could never, but it's like, yo, if I ever ran into Topanga, I think we could hit it off. Yeah. She's probably 27 years old playing a fucking 13-year-old.
Yeah. I think the overall kind of, like it wasn't that I wasn't okay with putting it on the wall or I wasn't like it wasn't generational. It was just more of a like that's I don't know. I enjoy it. I like their posters, but it was kind of stash it away, put it but also it was still, I like that pinup style. I like the style of from The Shining of Catman Struthers' apartment. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember?
We
Vaguely.
just watched.
I can't
That's
picture it.
Pat's favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Oh, that is a good Christmas movie.
I've decided that the argument for Die Hard being a Christmas movie, it's just over. It is.
It's
it
the
is
same as everyone going, "Is a hot dog a sandwich?" It's like, stop.
it's just, it is. Okay, whatever it is, it
Yeah.
is. Whatever. Just have your day. Let's
Yeah.
argue about this though. The Shining. Like, isn't that it's anytime you watch it around?
There's zero Christmas in it. The only thing is that there's snow.
No, I was just gonna say, I'm
about how
fully in the
frustrated
mindset,
he gets
if
with
there's
his
snow,
wife
it's a
and how
Christmas
much-
movie to me.
Yeah, because you just
Snow Day is a Christmas movie in my mind, and it doesn't even take place near Christmas. I don't think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You guys remember Snow Day? Sorry,
I vaguely.
I think it was a Nickelodeon
Okay.
picture.
Yeah, it was, but they're also like, if you're having snowball fights, you're making snowmen.
Yep.
It's the same.
It's that
It's a
time.
Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So
I've been watching a lot of Frozen with my daughter, and it that in my mind is a Christmas movie, and it
Yeah.
literally takes place in summer, and she makes it an eternal winter. But I'm
Yeah.
like, nope.
Christmas.
If you don't think that I have every song on that just on repeat right now, I love it. Frozen rules.
I didn't like it that. I mean, it was good, but I liked.
You got to watch it with a
Moana.
2-year-old who just learned how awesome it is when she gets a Frozen dress for Christmas.
Oh, I'm
she
sure,
just
yeah.
twirls.
Yeah.
It really adds to the movie. Like, now the movie rules. If I
Yeah.
watched it 2 years ago, this is fucking stupid. I'm
Yeah.
watching Frozen.
your daughter probably.
Oh,
would
I
say
watch
that too.
all the.
I got to put Justin Thoreau documentaries back on.
No, I will say though, actually, I gotta argue your logic. She watched what was the one that you watched by yourself?
I watch a lot of things.
No, what was the thing? It was
I think it's weird. It's an okay
Moana?
thing
Watching
for women.
Moana?
Moana rules too.
Oh my god, that's my favorite.
Moana's incredible.
but with or without children though.
yeah,
Now, so I watched it because I have a child. She just happened to be the catalyst of what brought Moana to me. But I'd like to think if someone just was like, go watch Moana. I mean, I have all the time in the world. I would, if I got laid off when I was not a father, I probably would end up watching a lot of Disney.
yeah.
Did you watch has she seen The Irishman yet?
She keeps falling asleep. It's so long. It's
What the
like
fuck? Get her past the first hour. Don't watch the
they
first
need to
hour.
make an animated version of The Irishman.
I Wishman.
Yeah.
What movie did I watch? From
Solidarity. You cocksuckers. You cocksucker.
They need to make kid version of every good movie.
Fucking cocksucker.
I don't know. It seems like a kid's movie.
So I
already.
was listening to
Die Hard.
a podcast, and they were talking about Nickelodeon broadcasts football games,
Yeah, they do now. It's
do-
weird.
like filters. So like if they score, like they slime the
Yep.
player. The field goal post is SpongeBob. And
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
that's really odd. But then I realized it is genius.
It's so
because-
smart.
Yes, because then dads or whoever, parents can watch the game.
No,
then the
only
kid-
dads. Only dads are allowed to watch the NFL now. This is our
but then,
thing.
because also listening to oh shoot, I think where my mom's at, where she was saying like their sons like don't understand the concept on Sunday that
Yeah.
football will be on for 6 hours and no, you will not watch cartoons.
Yeah.
That is dad's time.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's perfect because then that is semi entertaining for the kids of like, oh, like, because there's all kinds of stuff happening. Like,
It's so
Fun
funny too, though,
players
that it
and
is the perfect answer for like the angry dad.
yeah.
But that's still the NFL guy. That's like, you're gonna fucking slime my team. What the fuck
yeah.
is this? Like,
Oh, you slime us. We're gonna fucking
oh,
slime you.
what is this, a
Found it
fucking
out.
game? Yeah, what is this, a child's game to you now?
Do they still give fantasy updates and all that shit on Nickelodeon? and stuff?
I think
Like,
I don't. Oh, this is really morbid, but I would hate. Could you imagine if Nickelodeon was doing the game
Monday
where
night, yeah.
Yeah, they probably
it's just. I'm sorry.
All right.
I
Or
won't even
sliding
touch
all
it.
right,
him.
skip
He's a lot.
Montag.
he's on the
It's a
up.
lot.
He's on the up.
But if Nickelodeon was doing that and they accidentally, like, as he dropped, they hit like a fucking slime filter and a sound
Yeah.
effect, that would,
I don't know.
in hindsight, it would be hilarious. Right now, not funny at all.
Yes.
Okay,
No.
so
2 years from now when he's like doing speeches and he's,
Yeah.
he's doing great. Very
he has a charity that has like $6.5 million.
Yeah, overnight, like 3.5 million overnight went into that charity.
Nice.
That rolls.
Yeah, that is very cool.
And also proves the point that money does solve all your problems. They gave him all that money and he's doing better.
I'd like to see what all the other charities are going to do to one up that now.
Yeah. What's the NFL going to do?
Is there any update on?
They're not doing the game.
So the game's canceled.
Games canceled. I don't know how that shakes out because I think it's like with their records, it's going to.
I think it depends on the games that are happening.
This is an interesting. I think and this is not part of it. I'll look it up, but there is a list of things that I think the Bills probably said because there was 7-3 Bengals. So maybe the Bills were just like, just fucking give it to them. Well, because look, there has been I'll pull it up right now. Buffalo
and Burrow
Bills
said that he was like, we'll do whatever Buffalo wants. Like whatever Buffalo says, that's
the first time in the history of Buffalo anyone has ever said that.
Yes.
I don't know, guys. Before we make this decision, we got to reach out and see what they think in Buffalo.
So it is. Come on. There's like I'll put in list.
Pat, I like to think that while they're trying to figure it out, they're like, we need some of the brightest and best and most successful people in Buffalo, and they just have to call up every time I die. Because they're the only successful thing. They're like, all right, Andy Williams, what do you think?
Yep.
Boys, we need you.
Yeah.
He's just doing that butcher thing. He's like,
Damn, I wish I could remember where I saw that. It was like the Buffalo
Gazette. That's got to be the name of their paper.
Yeah.
I'll put money on that. Their biggest paper is called the Buffalo Gazette.
Do it. Look it up.
I'm gonna look it up.
I'll put up drama.
I put my mic in front of my keyboard, so I have to bob and weave to look at the letters as I type.
It was just like a graphic of somebody like posting of like all of the things that have happened to the Bills this year.
Oh, okay.
And it was from like Von, like some of them are this player's brother died in December. This person's one of them was but like from that to Von Miller getting injured for the season and he was supposed to shore up the D line.
So Pat, are you getting into the beginning of you think this is all a work by the NFL to get everyone on board with the Buffalo Bills, and then it's going to end up being the Bills and the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and I'm going to be the asshole that roots against the fucking the team they're going to make a movie about in 10 years?
Yeah.
Damn it. My team's going to be the other team at the end of the movie that's like, you put on a good fight. And then they're crying because they fucking lost.
Yep.
They're going to cut to me and I could get cast as that role. I'm in full mummer outfit, resuscitating
yes.
the Super Bowl.
and pit vipers.
And they'll give you like, that's whatever. You can get actual pit vipers.
And then when it pans back, everyone's wearing pop-up bibs and it's just a commercial for pop-ups bibs.
Oh, there you go. With scoops.
Yeah.
You should do I think there is I forgot what I was going to say about the God damn it. I just had it. Oh no, the Buffalo Bill, like some of the things were like it's I wonder if all of those things that like have happened to them, I don't think it's necessarily like a conspiracy to get them out. Maybe they're just like, this is not our season. We can't fight through this much.
Yeah.
Also, one of the worst blizzards in the last 30 years.
That was another one of them. Yeah, they've already had a couple games fucked this year.
There are people that froze to death wearing Bills starters jackets. Yeah. Definitely. That happened.
Yeah, they're saying like
within the last month.
I think that was what it was. Like they're talking about all of the things that maybe it was on social media.
It probably was.
That's not vague at all. Maybe I saw it on social media.
I can't remember who it was.
You know what? I think I saw it on the World Wide Web.
You know what? It was on. You know what? It was on an internet site. Hold on.
Let me. You know what? Actually, weird enough, it was in a what's the Britannica?
You fucked up.
I was gonna say thesaurus, and I was like, "Come on, man! You're only one day off of work. You can't say thesaurus when it's not the word."
I can't remember the goddamn. There was some lady shared because she's a Buffalo fan, and she was like, "This is what our team's been through," and it's like, "Yeah, people died. Also, Von Miller's injured. Man, and it's like he was supposed to shore up the D, and then to last night, this fucking guy gets his heart busted open, and like that's how like the timeline was, and I was just like, that gets to it's just too much. If any one of those things, or if 6 of those things, as opposed to 10, of all those things happen, maybe they could be motivators for him. But maybe at the end of
or Roger Goodell just goes home. He's like, guys, you can, just take a couple weeks.
You don't need home field advantage.
Listen,
we don't want it. Because
we're laying you off. We are laying you off. Damn, me and the Buffalo Bills are going to be in the same boat. That's great.
So, so this actually leads me to the question I was referring to earlier that dates to history and sports. If you could reverse any one sports call in history of anything, what would it be?
One call. It has to be one call.
Like, one call. Yeah, like a thing that. So it could be. It doesn't have to be a referee's call. One? It could be.
I was going to say like a game. I can't just reverse the whole game. Okay, so I'd have to the call.
Like
I'd have to reverse.
I might say I know what it is, but okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
1993, Joe Carter hit a home run to win the World Series to beat the Philadelphia Phillies, in which 6-year-old me began to cry uncontrollably in front of the TV. So I would make Joe Carter get hit in the head by that pitch. If that's an option, and then just pray that the next guy doesn't hit a home run.
Yeah.
Also, Joe Carter, I think he might have died now, but if you're still alive, I'd love to meet you one day. I'm going to be mean for the first couple minutes because you made me cry as a child, but eventually we'll be buds.
I don't think you would be mean. I think you would cry to start.
That was tough. And I rebought the 1993 NL East Champions t-shirt like 2 years ago, just to continue to try to purchase my childhood back.
Yeah. What about you, babe? Can you think of one?
No.
I would say in the most recent Stanley Cup championship final round, maybe when a certain team got a go-ahead goal because of too many men on the ice. I would like to see that play out a little different. I would have liked them to have seen the fact that there was too many men on the ice, because I believe it was in overtime.
Yep.
And that wasn't the deciding game. And that's what I'm saying is I would like to have seen us be able to fight out of that as a team. And I refer to us as being me as a associate and also complete and total part owner of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Obviously,
you're only part owner of that flag. I feel like
no, it's all the way in there. There's the whole thing, and there's another.
No, I feel like Dom owns 50% of that flag.
No.
Yeah,
it was a gift to me.
From who?
You, I think.
So I am
actually no.
I think
no. I think
do that to me.
Gifts between spouses, you still are 50% owner of that if you purchase it for your wife. Yeah. If you think I'm not going to, after this, just go put on the new robe I got my wife and fucking lay around and not have a job, you're out of your mind. I think it's so plush.
You're like, babe, this was foreshadowing.
Yeah.
This is.
You think I got it big so you could be comfy? No, this is.
We share. That's what we.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that.
He takes my clothes.
I took his robe.
I like that. Do you like that? Like if Dom comes down, just has like one of your hoodies on or something. Do you like that? I still 8th grade kid in me loves that. I'm like, yeah, she's got my sweater on.
I do, but I don't necessarily like love it when she does it to like multiple things. Like it seems like she starts claiming all my coolest hoodies. But it's just got to be like it. I just like it in the house. You never leave the house. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They become like it's one of those things. Like so, legitimately, I love NoFX. I don't know if I've ever told you that, John.
Yeah, I've seen your skin.
I'm pretty.
Yeah, I'm in your skin.
I'm pretty. I keep it close to the vest a lot of times, but they're my favorite.
I think you have a vest of NoFX.
I do have a NoFX vest, but I have a hoodie that at one time did not fit me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
that did not fit me correctly. I bought it. It was I hope this will fit as a kid.
Yeah.
And then I got it and I was like, doesn't fit, but it'll fit one day.
It's your motivator hoodie. I like that.
Yeah. And it never did. Really. I mean, I tried it a couple times, kind of stretched it out a little bit, but basically she ended up kind of taking over it.
Yeah.
Fine, right. But then it was just like inner like she just
her repertoire.
Yeah, but it was just kind of like
you're not gonna wear it. It doesn't fit.
All right, so I got 2 questions
to them. I had more of an issue with you don't listen to them.
There, okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
What are you doing? You can't do this. You're gonna make me look bad. They're my favorite band, and
but
I'm
it's
just
your wife wearing a no. Like that's not.
But all right, I see both sides of this. So here's why it has to stay in the house. You can wear it in the house because then it's just Pat's two favorite things, you and the band he loves in the same. So he gets to look at you and say like, oh, there's the woman I love for the rest of my life. And there's that band that I'm never going to stop loving.
Yep.
And then, but if it leaves the house now, there you could be out in public and somebody could be like, oh my God, have you ever seen their third live album? And you just go, duh. And Pat's standing there with all the knowledge, but he's just wearing some kind of adult karate shirt and no one knows he likes the NoFX. Now it's a problem. The Pat's over there throwing karate chops and he's like, I saw him at Warped Tour 15 times.
Anyway, I met Fat Mike before. What'd you say?
Yeah. Would you call me?
So I will. This also brings me to another question I have. You brought up the karate t-shirts. I don't think I have a lot of jujitsu apparel. Like of the, like, I have that one tiger shirt and I have like another, I don't think I have that octopus one, but I don't even know if I still have it. Yeah. But like, there's not a ton of like, I do jujitsu stuff, but I'm not like ashamed.
Oh yes, there is. It exists. You just don't have it. Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, there's lots.
But what I'm saying is like there's still like a buddy of mine that I train with. I said, a lot of times when I get ready to leave the house, I'll put on like my gi pants or my rash guard or something like that, and I'll wear like a hoodie over it, and I have my gym bag. Just because I'm like half dressed and all I have to do is go in there, take my karate blouse out of the bag and bring it, and my matching belt, and bring it out to the dojo and start stretching. So it's easier for me.
Yeah.
I would never leave. He's like, I don't wear any of that stuff in public. I don't even have any shirts that, like that. And I'm just like, yeah, but I
get that.
I said, no, but you wear brewery shirts.
Yeah.
I was like, that's way more, because his issue is he doesn't want to be associated with that douchey culture. And I was like, but you like,
if it's brewery shirts are, brewery shirts are in most drawers. They're right next to adult karate shirts. So
like, it's like hand in hand. Why you're already going to be associated with those people.
Hand in hand is the name of the dojo as well as the brewery.
It's a clothing brand.
Yeah.
There we go, Pat. Dojo Brewery.
Yep. Yeah.
Let's start a dojo brewery.
Let's start a brewery.
Listen, it's a dojo and a brewery for dudes that just fucking get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are associated with those people. But you do it.
Yeah, you already do it.
Yeah.
So I do like that. Like now that the more Renaissance culture thing of like all these things pop up, I do like that small clothing brands start in those scenes that aren't necessarily like the ones that say like, I wrestle with men every morning for a living. It's just like a brand that is associated with it, but you could also wear it. Because I got super into CrossFit, and there's a million minor brands that are like, some are like punk rock inspired, and like some are like, the one was just old school hardcore and metal bands, but it would have like a barbell and like the logo or something.
Yeah.
So like that I liked, because then it's like, if you see it and you get it, then there's multiple things we can talk about.
Right. And that's what I love, like with Harry Potter stuff, wearing where it's not obvious. I love that sentence, but it's something that only a fan would get. You know, like his
Kill Crew.
Yeah, see, that's where it gets too intense.
Well, yeah, look, wolves among sheep.
Yeah, that's lame,
dude.
No,
so lame. That was one of the inspirations for this, because all those shirts are always so like jacked up and confident.
Yeah.
And I started making these and jokingly called them insecurities.
Oh, that is amazing.
All of them are like all the real shit that goes through your brain as a 36-year-old. Like now I need to make one about getting laid off. Like, but I'll bring them all up again. But I only made this test one. I need to actually start selling them because they were fun and people would ask for them. They liked them. I thought.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that would be that. I would definitely wear those.
I have them on my Instagram. I'll look them up again.
I still think though, I don't know why I guess I don't know what the hesitation would be, because it's like, all right, yeah, you don't want to walk around in gi pants. I understand that.
Yeah, no.
It's like maybe you don't want to walk around in your fucking in your
eventually sometimes
but also but that's what I'm saying is like you're on your way to the gym and you're like, who cares if these fucking strangers walking around in a gi? You're walking into a jujitsu studio.
5 o'clock in the morning.
If you're walking, if you're walking into Giant and you got a fucking gi on, or if you're walking into a goddamn McDonald's and you have fucking
you're picking the groceries off the counter, like off the shelf in a full gi, like I need rice. No, but I will say this, Pat, you might just be ahead of the game because I'll bet you in the 90s, someone went, wait, you're going to wear the pants you wear to yoga just throughout the rest of the day?
Yeah.
Fucking
You're like,
crazy.
Why would you just sit around in fucking workout pants all day?
Style is starting to get baggier and more comfy too. Like there's kids wearing Jenkos and shit now. Like every dude in, I love Turnstile, one of my favorite bands. Every dude in Turnstile looks like they're a creative skater in Tony Hawk in 1998.
I have to ask
you
something, John.
It's like, holy shit.
You just said they're one of your favorite bands, right?
Right now, like currently.
I'm not about to pull your card. Don't worry. No, I'm not about to sit here.
I'm late to the game on them. You can pull my Turnstile. I'm one of the assholes everyone hates.
I'm talking about. I out of nowhere, they're everybody's favorite band. They've been loving them forever. And they said,
I'll say this.
Back. And I said, I have never heard of Turnstile in my entire life. And I've been listening to music most of my fucking life.
Yeah. They were
music has been we've been watching Ted Lasso. Hold on a second. Football is not football is life. Music is life for me. Yeah. I would be one of those douchebags that would get music is life tattooed on me. Instead, I got song lyrics refused tattooed on me. Yeah.
I think it's weird. Like a band like Turnstile, everyone always does that where they're like, you don't even know. I was early in on it, but it's like okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But guess what?
I found this thing you also like, band.
Right. But it's like, I hate when people, it's like, I also found this thing you like. Can we instead talk about how we both enjoy this thing?
Similarities.
How you enjoyed it before I did.
No, John. I
get that way with the Phillies, and I'm the opposite. Like I've loved the Phillies and been diehard my whole life. Now, when they got good again this past year, everyone wants to talk to me about strategy and like why the shortstop needs to fade more towards midfield. But it's like at the same, so I have to stop myself and be like, nope, because this is your Turnstile. This is the flip side of that.
Yeah. That's very, very healthy of you to think that way, because I would think, I would think and do oftentimes, but not about jujitsu, not about jujitsu, but always it felt like with bands, because like Tenacious D is one of the biggest ones that I still claim that nobody was fucking giving a shit about their album. I had their album before any of you motherfuckers were singing any of those songs.
There was a kid that had a crush on me in high school, and I remember him burning that CD and giving it to me, and I was
that's a good one. It tells you he's got a sense of humor, but he also enjoys some,
I didn't understand it.
Exactly.
I was like,
it wasn't for a lot of ladies.
I was just like, whatever. No. But then Pat introduced me to the show, and I was like, this is amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't have any like reference to it. And I was just like, oh, cool, CD. Cause again, music was life for me back then too. And I was just like, sorry, I don't understand.
Yeah. It's a thing where like, but with Turnstile, that's the only time recently that I've had that feeling, because jujitsu is a thing where people or UFC, especially like Andy always asks me about UFC stuff. He says MMA talk, but it's like, he wants to talk about UFC.
Right.
Like, he doesn't talk about Bellator or fucking won championship or you know what I mean? Like, and that's fine. I am not one of those people, because first of all, I had to think about this too. I've been watching UFC basically like a couple years after I started to like love music. It has been almost like 2005 was when I started watching on a pretty regular basis, and almost every pay-per-view. I took a little bit of a break in a couple of pay-per-views, but still kept up with the news and knew what was happening. So now that people come up and start wanting to talk to me about UFC or MMA or jiu-jitsu, you can see me at any open mic. If somebody starts talking to me about that stuff, I'm like, yes, let's fucking no hesitation whatsoever. And I'm like, do you want to learn how to do that? Oh yeah.
So that's where you always got to gauge. Yes. But at what angle are you coming into wanting to talk about this? Are you going to be the person that like,
I don't care.
I'm saying this,
angle.
No, the biggest thing I hate though is when somebody comes in and they're full, I'm an expert mindset.
Oh yeah.
Or like,
no.
So like, again, I'm that way with baseball. Like someone will want to talk baseball and I won't tell people I'm telling it on a fucking podcast on YouTube. But I won't start a conversation.
Nobody
with,
listen.
I played college and I played a little bit afterwards. It's like, I'm a fan of baseball. And then if someone's getting into it, I'm like, oh, did you also play? To what level did you play? Like, because then it's like the conversation is different.
Right.
And it's almost more like there's guys I know that kicked around in the minor leagues that fucking hate talking about baseball. They want nothing to do with it. Yeah. So it's like, a weird mix of that where I'm like, sometimes I'm like that because I don't need to hear a guy who didn't play after high school's opinion on strategy or something. I don't know. It's like a weird thing. So I do get that sometimes, but
I don't know. Is there anything
at the same time, I love if somebody wanted to learn about baseball, I would love it. Like same thing with golf. Like if you want to learn about the history of golf, I'll teach you about cool shit about it.
Yeah.
But it's like if you want to tell me how much better you are than me, I don't give a shit. Like,
actually, I had a friend that would that I think actually took to their first hockey game, like introduced them to hockey.
Me.
Well, not you too.
Yeah.
But but there was it's the same person as before.
And my parents.
Yeah. I introduced a couple.
I was like, no. I said friend. All right.
Yeah. That's what I was. But I'm talking about this person. I don't think you wanted to claim this because there's somebody who now comes to me and says like, or anytime there's a story, I'll just go like, yeah, but yeah, like it, like how. So I don't know how to explain this in like baseball terms. Like I know you watch hockey and stuff like that, but you know how there's like just regular strat. I'm like, I'll say, a lot of times in the playoffs, if it's an elimination game, like and it's getting late and you're down a couple goals or something like that, you'll pull the goalie with like 2.5 minutes. Like I always say it too. Like it is also something I'm very proud of in as far as watching UFC events with people. Most recently, Youngblood and Mike came over, and everything I was saying, I was like, oh, he's got to fight the hands. 2 seconds or 3 seconds later, Joe Rogan or somebody on the commentary team said it, and I was just like, "That's all right, motherfucker."
Damn.
That's right, motherfucker. And I'm like, another part of me like, "Oh yeah, if he just gets out of there," and they're like, "Yeah, he's just got to get out of there," and I'm like, "You fucking idiots! Are you got a fucking wire here?" So
and then all of a sudden they realize that you just paused it. It's like when you do that trick where like you record the lottery numbers and then you go buy that lottery ticket and then you give it to somebody and then play that one.
If anybody, anytime this is brought up on the show, John, I have to bring Genuine Pat back, and I have to say, if anyone I know ever does that to me, I will try to kill you, but I definitely will never be your friend ever.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to invite you over to watch Jeopardy.
You will be dead to me forever.
You know all this.
But the lottery numbers one for sure. That's unforgivable. But there's a so the same thing with the hockey games and stuff like that. I'm like, it's like, oh yeah, you like just regular. Oh hell yeah. we saw him in the window earlier.
I'm not depressed.
No, how could you with that face? Look at that guy.
You guys have me on in a month, and I'm like, guys, we got 11 more cats.
Chloe, say hi. Say hi, Chloe.
No.
Ours ran away. It ran away.
But like, he'll like, I'll just say like, oh yeah, I think this is why they traded this player, or this is why they did this, and he's like,
yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. And like, he'll start trying to explain like why we need that person instead of that, and I'm like, well, that person didn't really produce a lot. Like, yeah, but it's like this. He was trying to tell me about the assistant. How many assistants are you? He said that you have to have a captain on the team, and I was like, no, you don't.
No, you can have 3 assistants.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
And yeah, I know. It's kind of weird. It's like I've been watching it for a long time. It's like it's the same thing of like, I introduced you to this thing. How could you correct me on these things? That's the only time I really come up with like that kind of thing. Because even with UFC talk and stuff, I'm happy to.
Well, and I think there's a difference too of like, you're a fan of hockey.
Yeah.
And you have so much knowledge of it.
That's a better, yes.
Where
that's a great point.
This person is a Lightning fan. He doesn't necessarily watch all, like you'll watch, like if hockey's on, you you watch hockey.
Yeah.
It is a slippery slope if you're just a fan of one team. Cause I'm that way in a lot, like I'm that way with hockey. Like I'm just a Flyers fan.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll watch a game if it's on somewhere, but I don't seek it out.
Right.
So like it's that is, you can't have an opinion.
And then. So he is
you gotta like the whole league.
When and then when you're in that, it's more of like emotional decision. You're not decisions, but like where you're just like, oh no, my team does no wrong, or like that type of
but I have that too. I have that because with Marty St. Louis,
you're a huge Lightning fan, but you are a hockey fan.
Yeah, overall, like I'm like, but that's that's a penalty. It's like, so like I don't have that. I don't have that view of like, he fucking slashed him.
Right.
You're
I wish there was a sport in Philly that we didn't have a team in like the major 4 because then I would be able to be more of just like, because it is still just like, I'm a Sixers fan. I don't watch really unless like, again, if it's on. But if there wasn't an NBA team in Philly, I probably would have been a bigger fan of the NBA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In a weird way.
Yeah.
Of the whole league.
Yeah.
I think I was that way kind of more with NFL, but I did end up kind of having, just because it was on at the house a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like the Bucks never felt like an NFL team to me. They always felt like just like the Buccaneers. They're like the
right.
team. Like,
well, because I think they were just so shitty for so long that it was just kind of like meh.
Yeah.
And I grew up, my stepdad's a huge Bengals fan, so that was never a Bucks fan.
A Cincinnati fan in general. Like,
Reds,
kind of
Is he from Cincinnati?
Yeah.
I want to be like a diehard St. Louis fan and have never been to the city.
Yeah. Well,
they're just like, why? I'm like, I don't know, man. The cards, right?
Honestly, somebody that I work with.
The color of I like the uniforms.
Yeah.
I do love the Blues uniforms when they had the red and the yellow incorporated when Gretzky was there.
I have a jersey down. Well, not that one. That's actually their throwback jersey now. That's their reverse retro jersey right now.
Oh, nice. Because I want to get a Gretzky Blues t-shirt. I have his Kings t-shirt that I bought. Dude, I bought the night of my wedding, blackout drunk.
Oh, that's
apparently
awesome.
I was chanting, "I'm the great one."
That's awesome.
I woke up the next morning and it was like, CCM.com is sending your order on its way.
Like, what?
So I do all the time. People are like, "You big Kings fan?" I'm like, "I just a Gretzky t-shirt, man. I don't know."
What was I saying? I forgot.
We were talking about.
I might have to hop off in like 10 minutes just to give you guys a heads up.
Okay, that's fine.
I just realized what time it was.
Oh,
I have so many things to do. I have a lunch to get to.
We were talking about the Blues jerseys, buying it, being not partial to a team, so you could just buy other stuff and watch other.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gone.
Well, I've
Mosh
never
pits.
I've never been to a basketball game in general. I've never been.
Me either. I've never fun. I would love to go to a 76ers.
Yeah. I'd root for. I see. That's my thing. Is like I also didn't want to jinx the team, so like I was excited to watch the Phillies do well, and I would watch. So I would watch games a lot of times because it would just be on in the house. And
right.
That's what we were talking about earlier too. The Tampa Bay Bucks not feeling like a real football team.
Yeah.
But I still got an appreciation of just having it on and just kind of watching.
Yeah.
It's still boring games and shit like that, obviously.
Right.
But pretty much anything. I'll watch any playoff team.
Oh, any playoff sports
game.
In general. Like, I become a hockey nerd in the playoffs every year. Yeah. Like I won't watch a single game if the Flyers are good or bad, and then all of a sudden because it's just better. So entertainment.
Higher.
Even watching baseball, right? I don't necessarily have a loyalty. I loved the Tampa Bay Devil Rays were my first ever team, like personally. Like I never had. I didn't really have a home team. Like they started in 93, I think. 94?
96, I think. They were on the expansion 96.
Okay, so a little bit later. So like
I could be wrong on the year.
But either way, like they were around, like, and they were in, which was always kind of bothered me. They played right in St. Petersburg, Florida, but they called themselves the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. I wish we would have had, because I was a very loyal St. Petersburg is better than Tampa.
Oh, okay.
Nobody knows.
And everything is always Tampa, where it's like, this isn't Tampa.
It's
and like,
fucking
if you
Tampa,
go to
guys.
a show,
like
you'd go to a show,
Tampa,
like Tampa.
We're St.
Fuck
Pete.
you. This isn't Tampa.
So it's like
most of us will drive back through Tampa to get to where we're going.
But like we the Tampa Bay Lightning actually played in Tampa. They started in the fairgrounds in Tampa and they like moved. They pretty much have always been around in Tampa. So there is like I don't necessarily have a loyalty to the Devil Rays if they do make, because now they're the fucking Rays. But the fact that they never wanted to make their stadium better kind of made me go like, well, why do I want to fucking root
piece
for them?
Of shit? Yeah.
Like, why do I want to care? Like, you're not willing to invest in your team.
One of the last games we went to
was also a Weezer concert.
That's why we went, was because
that's when teams are just fucking tanking. I remember
that's exactly why we went, was because Weezer was playing.
Yeah. So that was one of the ones. Did they like it was so
we couldn't find our seats. And we asked multiple attendants that work there that help with seating, like get you to your seat. They were like, I don't know.
It's a shit show.
You're in the catwalk that goes over top of the fucking field.
And like balls are coming up.
Dude, I've watched a couple of videos on how like engineering wise, that is the worst possible stadium for baseball.
Right.
There's a white roof that is usually very bright because of the sun.
Right.
Yep.
There's catwalks that are very easily hit with fly balls. Like
all the time.
I forget what the ruling is too. I think it's a home
foul.
run if you hit the catwalk.
Oh, is it?
I believe if it's within the lines.
They had to make and they had to make rules for it. Like that's already a problem, right?
Yeah. You should never change a game because of the stadium. Yeah.
Yeah.
It shouldn't.
Well, and I heard that too, like baseball players saying they absolutely hate playing.
It's the worst. Yeah.
So,
and that's huge too. Like because baseball is such a long season, the ballpark is such a deciding factor. Like it's why I think it's one of the reasons the Dodgers can't keep players very long.
Yeah.
Because they've never upgraded their stadium.
Yeah.
And like someone's like, oh, I can go play in Philadelphia in a stadium that's nice. The amenities are there.
Nice,
right.
Yeah.
Like that stuff weighs into people making their decision as much. It's so funny. Like I'm thinking about it now for like my job where I'm like, oh, I don't want to relocate and I want a short drive. Like athletes also think about that. Like,
yeah.
So I think that's the thing is I didn't want to have. So I don't really necessarily have a loyalty to them. Like if they make it to the playoffs too, cool, whatever. But you're still playing in a garbage place. You don't care about your own team. You don't care about your fans. But I wanted to support the Phillies, but I was like, if I buy a hat right now and they start losing, I will never forgive myself. So like,
but it's such a good hat. It's an iconic P.
Yeah.
So so same thing with the Eagles. Like I've kind of been a Jets fan. I've kind of been a Bucks fan. I've kind of
for
been
me, I feel like I can be an Eagles fan because I'm not loyal to
I just like football.
Football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely.
Here's the thing most fans don't understand. You can root for whoever the fuck you want.
Listen,
last year I rooted for the
coming in here with Cowboys.
You say that,
I rooted for the Bills pretty hard last year because I was just like, I have family near Buffalo. They like the Bills. They're doing good. Cool. I'm a Bills fan now, guys. For the end of the season.
That was the top of the list. Was the beginning of the season started with John stopped supporting.
That was
the
it,
Bills, and that was like their first devastating thing. Yeah, they were like Josh Allen cried for two hours, I think. So
yeah, I cried.
I personally think Lemaire's their bad luck since he started rooting for them.
Ever since he put that hoodie on and fucking showed them all up in Guitar Hero.
He hung out with them.
He hung out with them.
Yeah,
he
they went to
Dave
and Buster's.
He put his hand on.
Dude, he did something. They saw his Guitar Hero skills.
Yeah.
And he did something to them that set them on a damn. That's a butterfly effect of Lemaire.
Yeah. He shook their confidence. He went to Dave and Buster's, which is, Lemaire cannot be defeated in any video game.
No. Yeah.
And he played against these athletes that are like, all they do is win, no matter what.
They don't got that skill.
Yeah. No. He literally broke what's his face?
He broke the Buffalo Bills.
He broke his heart. That's what happened. He broke his heart.
Lemaire is to blame. I love this theory.
Yeah. No, I think this is valid.
Lemaire is the Buffalo Bills Horcrux.
I think this needs an in-depth documentary made about it for YouTube.
You like that? You like that reference? Did you see her just fist bump the fucking Harry Potter reference? You fucking dork. All right, John.
Then we're gonna end on that note.
Yeah. Petronius, am I right? I don't know any of the spells.
Oh, you did it. Petronius is good. You want a fist bump? Give him a fist bump.
I've never seen a Harry Potter, and I never will.
Oh my god!
Dude, I told you when we bought this house, it was painted in Harry Potter theme.
Yeah, I
the
remember.
Entire inside of the house.
You have a child in that house, and you have not exposed her to even early Harry Potter. This one right here considers that mild child abuse.
Yeah. Oh,
that's mild abuse.
Yeah, not mild. That is aggressive.
Okay, so
but she's
mild abuse
really
is a
if you don't show
she's
her
still really young. Like she needs to get a little older.
But let's get her going. Let's get her some pop figure. Oh, you know what? That we just know what to get her for Christmas or birthday. What's next?
Pop figurines can melt, buddy.
They can melt.
You're gonna fucking burn them?
No.
You're gonna fire them?
The picture.
I'm just gonna lay them off. I'm gonna lay them off.
Oh yeah, you're gonna lay.
I'm gonna give them a month to think about it.
Huh?
No.
Ouch. We're doing this now. Are we fist bumping now? I like it.
Did
We can
you
do
say
it.
ouch on a fist bump?
I have cuts on my hands.
And I have my
Remember,
ring.
I was fought earlier today.
I have adult karate injuries on my knuckles.
John, say it to my fucking face, dude.
I did, buddy. I did. Now drive 2 hours.
Yeah, I was just
and in
saying
that
2
2
hours
hours, you're gonna
away.
be like,
I'll
man,
cool
I'm
off on that
excited
time.
to see John.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I really
that's
hope we can go golfing. Hey,
That's it. Most arguments should be settled where you have to drive to see that person and think about it.
exactly. Yes. We meet at dawn.
Yes.
That means I'm gonna have to get up at like 3. So
Dawn is a lady's house right outside
Yeah,
of Philadelphia.
We're
That
gonna meet at
actually
dawn.
might cause more anger that you'd have to get up
Yeah,
that early
drive-
to do it. So
yeah.
that might not be a good call.
all right.
No,
Well,
driving at dawn rules. Sorry.
I'm okay with it.
Driving at dawn is also a name of band I was in high school.
With the Boondock Saints fucking when you said, by the way, when you started to say Boondock Saints, I thought you were referring to the cartoon.
The Boondocks.
Yeah,
See,
like
that'd
how
be better
white
if we had
kids are
sound
really
clips
into
of that.
Boondock Saints. What are you talking? Where are you going with this, John? And I was
If we
like,
had sound
what
clips of
did he use?
Boondocks in the beginning of our thrash hardcore song.
I thought you were gonna have
incredible.
Uncle Ruckus like shouting out the N-word or something like that. And I was just like, what the fuck, dude? But no, John Montag, I really appreciate you making time today
Yeah.
for this
Thank
lovely
you.
conversation. And I do genuinely want to schedule just if you want to just have a regular golf trip sometime soon, even if we go
Yes.
to Top Golf or something. I know I know you're free, but like genuinely where it actually does work in your schedule. Like I want to actually schedule
Yeah.
that and
I'm going to be taking a lot of naps in the next month and a half, so you're going to have to work around those.
and we
Got it.
should be also working on bringing hacks back for real because I'm
Yes.
definitely down for that. I'm looking at upgrading the cameras because apparently we can get approved for financing now.
Hey now.
So look out. But John, why don't you tell the people one more time where they can find you, where they can
Yeah,
listen to
Montag
you?
Comedy on Instagram, MONTAGUE Comedy on Instagram. Pat, how's it go?
Montag Said, Montague spelled.
There it is. Hacks Comedy Golf still out there. More importantly, Handsome Idiots, tune in. We're trying to get to 100 YouTube subscribers, which we might be at this point, but go on, subscribe.
Hey,
We got
hey.
some great video content that's been going up there.
I was gonna say
Thanks
beautiful
to
video.
Jay Sterone, guy out of Philly who is just loves comedy, loves podcasts, hooked up
Is-
with us. And
Is he related to
Incredible dude.
Sylvester Stallone?
yes, cousins. Yeah. He's a nephew of Adrian. All right, I gotta leave after I just said that.
Goodbye.
Thanks for being here. We love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hire me.